Hello and welcome to Let's Play Stardew Valley, episode 18. We're here on the rainy, thunderstormy morning of year 1, summer the 7th. Go to the TV and check for new shows. I see we have a new Queen of Sauce here. Greetings, it is I, the Queen of Sauce, here to teach you a new mouth-watering recipe from my secret cookbook. This week's dish is baked fish. Whenever I make this one at home, my 2 cats go bananas. I need a second chef around just to keep them from hopping on the counter for a bite. Just make sure the fish is fresh, preferably caught with your own rod. Now watch as I place the fish on a bed of spring greens. You learn how to cook baked fish. Looks like baked fish is going to require sunfish, bream, and wheat flour. Interesting. It's got to be those 2 fish specifically. Alright, so step outside. Like your typical rainy day, my crops are all watered because of the torrential rain. However, this is a thunderstorm, which is slightly different than a regular rainstorm. Basically, the thunderstorm... Wow, that lightning just struck right there. Basically, a thunderstorm has lightning, and the lightning will strike in the distance, elsewhere in Stardew Valley, and it will also strike on the farm itself. There's a chance for the lightning to strike your crops, and if it does so, it will basically destroy the one tile that it strikes. It'll leave behind a withered husk in the place where it struck. So this is a pretty big annoyance in the summertime. You have to deal with the threat of thunderstorms and having your crops ruined. There is a way to mitigate the risk, and that is with lightning rods. I don't have the recipe for lightning rods. I think it's a combat skill recipe. Possibly combat level 5 or 4. Or maybe it's mining, I don't remember. But you can craft these lightning rods and place them around your farm, and lightning will strike those instead of the crops. And if it strikes a lightning rod, it leaves behind a battery, which is useful for a few different things. Right now I have no ability to make lightning rods, so I'm just going to have to deal with a certain small percentage of my crops being under threat. Nothing to be done about it. Since it's already raining, what I can do is go to the mines, because the sooner I get my combat leveled up, and the sooner I get resources from levels 40 and below, the sooner I can make lightning rods. Alright. I just harvested a few trees from the tree aisle. Going to replant all the seeds. And it looks like my coop is finished. Alright, so let's check out the coop. First thing I notice is that it has a little door on the side of it, like a little garage door. You can raise or lower this by right-clicking, and this allows the animals to freely enter or exit the coop at their leisure. If we go inside, we see, it's got some wooden floor, a little feeding trough, bucket of water. This bucket of water is always full. You don't have to refill it like the dog dish. It's a nice, cozy little coop. And it does not come with an animal, apparently. For some reason I was remembering that it did come with an animal. Alright, so What I will do before going to the mines is check and see how much an animal might cost me. Alright, I'm here at Marnie's. So I'm going to go to purchase animals. So now that I have a coop, the icon for chickens is filled in. And if I mouse over it, it says chicken. Well cared for adult chickens lay eggs every day. Lives in the coop. A chicken costs 800 gold. Now, Stardew Valley is a family-friendly, relaxed, cheerful game. So there is no killing in Stardew Valley. You cannot kill your chickens. You can't make delicious chicken tenders out of them or anything else. You can only get the eggs from them. So I guess you could say that it's a vegetarian-friendly game, but not necessarily vegan, because I don't think vegans can eat eggs. And that goes for all the other animals as well. You can't kill them for meat, but you can get other products from them. Alright, so let's go ahead and buy a chicken, because I have more than enough money to do so. You cannot select whether it's a white or brown chicken, you just get a random chance. So it gives you this panning view of the farm here. And you have to choose a coop for your new chicken to be at home in. I'm going to left click the coop that I just built. And here we are. It's the Stardew Valley fun-loving animal name selection screen. So I'm going to go ahead and roll the dice here, see if any particularly funny chicken names come up. We've got Chappers, Chewkick, Snowmoo, Jella, Brumbus, Giskers, Whack. Yeah, that's pretty whack. Silly, Chumby, Snotchers, Chanel, Zini, Chark, Gratsley, Petch, Canny, Mubby, Babu, Ketcha, Nona, Wotaibo. Yeah, so these names are a little bit ridiculous. I'm kind of curious how the game generates these. I don't know whether it's just a giant list or whether the game is randomly choosing consonants and vowels to make a name that phonetically makes sense. I'm not sure. I'm going to just come up with a dumb chicken name myself. Let's call him Tendy, because I like chicken tendies. Alright, so Marnie says, great, I'll send little Tendy to her new home right away. Great. I'm going to also want to buy some hay. I'm going to get 3 or 4 or 5 hays. So hay is pretty expensive. It costs 50 per, and every animal eats 1 unit of hay per day, regardless of how big the animal is. So I just go to my coop here, and there's little Tendy. They start off as teeny tiny babies. So I can go up to Tendy, right click, and I get a little heart. Similar to the dog, the animals have to be petted once a day, otherwise their happiness will suffer. So they have to be fed once a day and petted once a day. So I can right click Tendy again. It tells me the age, It says that it's a baby. There are hearts, similar to Fartomo the dog. The caption says, Tendy seems curious, but a little cautious. It's a strange new world. I can sell Tendy back to Marnie, which is pretty funny. I've never done this in the game. I think in theory it's possible to buy animals, raise them, and then sell them back at a profit, but I'm not sure about that. That would be an interesting Stardew economic model, is to have this massive farm that is nothing but animals that you like breed and raise and sell. Probably couldn't make decent money doing that in this game. Better just to grow the parsnips. Alright, so great. So I'm gonna have to remember to pet Tendy once a day and make sure that Tendy has food. So I'm going to take these 5 hay that I just bought, and I'm going to place them each in the feeding trough. And I'm going to head outside. I'm going to leave the little door open. When it's raining, the animals stay inside by themselves anyway. When it's not raining, they will wander outside. There's no particular disadvantage to letting the animal just wander all around the farm if it wants to. If the animal has access to being outside, it will eat this green grass. That's why I haven't cut this grass down, because I want my animals to eat it. So tomorrow, if it's not raining, Tendy will come outside and eat the green grass, and will not eat the hay. So that saves on hay cost. Alright, that's enough gabbing. Let's store up this wood, sap, maple seed, and that one piece of hay. Oh, it looks like my summer squash are ready for harvest. I'll go ahead and sell the silver and gold star. I'll sell one of the normals, keep another one of the normals, and keep one for energy. Yeah, so it looks like this crop right here took a hit from lightning, and we can see how that it's like a dead, withered stalk. Pretty annoying. Alright. I'll read those letters later. I don't feel like doing it right now. Let me just store this stuff that I harvested real quick. And we're off to the mines. They call it a mine. A mine! Boil and mash them, stick them in a stew. There are lots of Lord of the Rings references that could be applied to Stardew. Oh, I see a spiceberry on the ground. I'm going to go ahead and grab that. Have I tried to give Linus a spiceberry yet? Nope, I have not. Let's see if he likes them. Hey Linus, would you like a spiceberry? He says, "This is a great gift. Thank you." Yeah, it seems like Linus is super easy to get gifts for. You just give him forage items. Alright, let's go to the mines. Starting on level 30. Immediately get a ladder down to level 31, and we're here in creepy darkness, and this part of the mine is much darker and dimmer and creepier than the other sections. I just heard the screech of a bat. I don't think we've seen bats before. Can't even see the bat. Nope, there it is. Luckily, rabies is not a thing in Stardew Valley. That would be pretty ridiculous if rabies was actually a thing in this game. Like, you get bitten by a bat, you get rabies, and then you die with a 100% mortality rate. That would be pretty hardcore. Because that's what rabies is like in real life. Alright. Down on level 32, I found an earth crystal. Always worth picking up. Okay. Some creepy thing just like emerged from the floor. It looks like a shambling zombie, dark gray zombie. It's creepy. So the bats leave behind bat wings, which is classified as monster loot. Bat wings have a couple of uses in various recipes as well. Oh, more of those creeper things. These things would be pretty difficult to fight if I didn't have this bug sword. I think they have a hit point of at least like 50 or 60, which is kind of a lot if I was just using a normal sword. Found a topaz rock, more copper ore. I am breaking more rocks than is strictly necessary, and the reason why is I need stone as a resource, and I need mining XP. So that's why I'm doing that. I'm on level 34, and I'm just trying to find that ladder. I think I see it. I see it right there. But first, let's make sure that I get all the copper. Okay, I think that's everything on this level. Go ahead and walk on down to level 35. I'm just going to wander around and see if I can pick up any loose items on the ground, like earth crystals or whatever. No. I don't see anything. So level 35 is as far as we got. That's good. Just take it a day at a time, one level at a time, or one group of 5 levels at a time. And I'm going to head on home. I got 26 copper ores, which is enough for 5 bars. It's pretty good. 3 coals, some stone, a special type of geode, which I'm going to talk about in a second. Let's go ahead and store all this stuff. Store the stone. I picked up some iron ore for the first time. I think one of the chests, or one of the boxes that I broke, or one of the random rocks dropped it. You don't usually see iron ore in that part of the mine. So this different geode here is called an omni geode. These contain minerals and gems from the entire spectrum of the mines. By the way, the normal geodes that we've seen so far only cover levels 1 through 40. And we heard mention of a frozen geode. Frozen geodes cover deeper in the mines than level 40. And there's like 1 or 2 other types of geodes as well. I'm going to go ahead and sell the Batwing just to see how much it gets. Store the Omni Geode in my mineral chest. Creepy noises in the background. Alright, here's a letter. Oh, it's from my mom. She says, "Dear Ryan, I saw an article about you in the local paper. It sounds like the country life is a good fit for you. I'm so proud of you. Take care, sweetie. Love, Mom." I wonder if my character is actually writing letters back to his mom, or if he's being a giant douche and just leaving his mom hung out to dry. I don't know. Looks like the cauliflower pickles got finished up. I'll go ahead and sell the cauliflower pickles. On the TV, I already saw the Queen of Sauce for baked fish. And I think it's pretty much time to go to bed. Yeah, let's go to bed. The Batwing only gives me 15 when I sell it, so it's not even worth bothering to sell. Have to use it in whatever recipes that you can make with it. On the farming side, I got kind of decent amount from the squash, but that pickled cauliflower, just that one pickled cauliflower got me 400. And then I sold 2 pine tars for 200. Alright, day 8 of summer. Okay, if I open the journal, it looks like the Raising Animals quest is updated somehow. Okay, so I bought the chicken, and now I get the 100 gold reward for finishing the quest. Check the TV. Living off the land. Welcome back to Living off the Land. Now listen up. Let's talk corn. It's an unusual crop because it lasts for 2 seasons. That's right. While most crops die when the seasons change, corn lives on. You can grow it in both summer and fall. Now get out there and plant some corn. I agree, corn is pretty great in this game and in real life. I don't know if it does that in real life. I don't know if you can grow corn in multiple seasons in real life. I don't really know anything about how crops actually work in real life. I'm not a farmer in real life, sadly. Alright, it's Monday, so let's take a screen cap. Be sure to stay tuned after the video for the screen cap itself. Alright, so I'm going to look through my crops here and see if anything got screwed up by lightning. Looks like I lost something here. So we see this dead brown stalk here. Dead crops can be removed with the scythe, so I'm going to just do that. And then next to it I have a wheat, which I'm going to go ahead and scythe down. It's a gold star wheat, so I'm going to sell it. Pet Fartomo the dog. Refill his water bowl. Got a pretty nice little tree farm going out here. Are these radishes ready? They are ready. Cool. Go ahead and sell the gold and silver radishes. And I'm going to go ahead and keep the rest of the radishes. Alright, I think it's time for a new chest, because this one is getting pretty full. This new chest is going to be a food chest. Then it's going to go inside. We'll have to roleplay a little bit and pretend it's a refrigerator. Because in real life, you're not going to just chuck your vegetables into a wooden chest and expect it to last. So what color should a food chest be? I guess green? But then it kind of seems like it's rotten. Maybe we should make it white like a refrigerator. No. Yellow? I don't know. I can't decide on the color. We'll just go with yellow. Alright, so anything in this chest that's food is going to go in the food chest. I don't want to put the... Should I put the jelly, the sea and the river jellies in there? I guess. Carrot, cauliflower, green bean, kale, parsnip, potato. Summer squash, radish, wheat, strawberry. Flowers I'm going to keep out here. And there we go. So now the brown chest outside is more like a gardening chest, and this one in here is a delicious food chest. Cool. Love it. Alright, I would like to brew up some copper bars. Okay, let's check on Tendy the chicken. There's Tendy the chicken. Walking around outside. Give Tendy a pet. Looks like Tendy did not eat any of the hay because there is grass available outside that Tendy would prefer to eat instead. Even though it doesn't really matter, I don't particularly like the idea of letting the animals roam around wherever they want on the farm. I can't remember if the animals will eat your crops, or if I'm thinking of a different game. I think in Minecraft, the animals will eat your crops. I can't remember if that's a thing in Stardew or not. Regardless, it just makes sense. It's only right and proper for the animals to be contained in a pen somehow. This isn't some free-roaming hippie farm where the animals can just go wherever. Yeah, so what I'm going to do after I finish watering, that is build some fencing. I'll go ahead and make another tapper. Plop it on this oak tree right here. Boom. Yeah, so as we've seen previously, there are different types of fencing in varying qualities. The lowest tier fencing is just the plain wooden fence. Up from that is stone. Up from that is iron. And then up from that is hardwood. And it affects the appearance of the fence, as well as how long it lasts, because fences in this game naturally deteriorate over time. It's kind of like a stereotype. Like you imagine that farmers are always like working on their fence, like, oh, I gotta fix the fence down on the lower 40. So because of that, your fences will degrade over time. So I don't want to make a wooden one. I will make a stone fence though. It looks like every unit of fence is about, looks like it's 2 stone. Okay. So this little island that I'm on is the animal island. There are footbridges going off to the east, to the south, to the west, and to the north. I want all those footbridges to be outside of the perimeter of the animal fence, because otherwise I'm going to have to constantly open the gate to get inside the animal pen to walk from one footbridge to the next. So what I think I'm going to do is have the fence go like this. Of course, now this pine tree sapling is in the way, so unfortunately it's going to have to get sacrificed. I'll have to chop down this grass here because it's not going to be inside the perimeter of the fence. The presence of these stumps is making it a lot more difficult than it needs to be, but once I have my better axe, I will be able to take care of these stumps. Alright, so got my animal fence, and I can walk from one footbridge to the next without having to cross any part of the animal fence. I don't know if I'll go with this as the permanent footprint for the fence, but we're going to go for it, or we're going to go with this for now. I'm going to go ahead and put a gate in the fence. Should be pretty obvious what the gate does. So for that I need 10 wood. For now, I'll just put the gate here. Cool. Now Tendi is nice and safe within her stone enclosure, and has got some grass. Once you do your petting for the day, you can right-click on the animal again, and it gives a little sentence describing the animal's mood. Tendy looks really happy today. That's a good thing. You definitely want Tendy to be happy. You don't want an unhappy Tendy. I have 3 melon seeds, so I'm going to go ahead and plant them. All right. I'm gonna take a walk around the farm. We haven't done that in a little while. Got a pine tree over here that is in need of some removal. Random pile of sticks and stones. This oak tree here needs a tapper when I get a chance. Whoops. That was not smart. I knocked the tapper off of the pine tree, but you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just put it on this oak tree because the oak sap, which gets harvested as oak resin, is much more important of a it's much more important of a commodity than the pine tar is. So the oak trees should be getting priority anyway, as far as tappers. It's kind of nice, you can see the fireflies are out in the summer. Okay, I'm going to take this fence and bring it in by 1 square. I don't like how close it is to the water here, so I'm going to bring it in by 1 square. You can go ahead and just use a pickaxe to break the fence up. Yeah, I don't quite have enough energy for this right now, but I think I like having a walking path about that size on the outside of the fence. The fence will just have to have a little step in it for now until I finish this. Alright, my energy is almost at a minimum. Go ahead and store the items that I got. Now I've got 12 copper bars. I'm going to have to start thinking about upgrading my next tool, which should be the pickaxe. I think I will do that tomorrow. Let's head on to bed. Alright, got 582. And we're going to wake up on the morning of Tuesday, summer the 9th. That's going to wrap it up. Peace.